this boy starts to worship the mother goddess, imploring her. Now you see, you think that this person who has had this Brahmagnan, why is he taking on this particular role of imploring the mother goddess and looking for God with form to come in front of him? There's a reason behind it. You see, what we discover in the story of this Ramakrishna is this. This is some of the astute thinkers have said about Ramakrishna. This becomes visible in this story. As the story unfolds, you see the depth of the story. They say, in the life of this one human being, this Ramakrishna, we see, if you like, the aspirations of millions of Hindus for thousands of years coming together. You see, the Hindus have employed this idea, have employed this idea of God with form, God as a personality to play with, interact, actually experience firsthand. They've invoked this idea. And this idea had been very visible. And here in this one life, you're going to see a reconciliation of variety of different spiritual approaches reconciled in one human life. One human life. This is the comprehensive idea that become visible in the story of Ramakrishna. Spirituality not explored in if you like, a narrow manner, but in the most widest manner possible. That is why he was getting this mother goddess to come and play with him. He said, "Come, O mother, if you are for real, show yourself to me, O mother." Now the story continues. This boy in the afternoon is not easily visible in the temple. He seems to disappear somewhere, goes in some lonely place. At night he does even worse things. At night, there is a temple in the north part of Dakshineshwar. There is a forest area in the north part of Dakshineshwar temple. Forest, very deep forest in those times. People would not normally get in the forest. At night, this boy, this young man, started to disappear into the forest. Now he had one nephew who was looking after him and calling him Mama. This Bhanio was very special. And his name is Radai. He's another character that's going to enter the story of Ramakrishna. So this Radai was looking after Ramakrishna, and Ramakrishna was doing this weird thing. He said, "Mama, this is not good. They'll throw both of us out of the temple. Behave yourself." And Mama said, "Look, my boy, let me do what I like." And this was the kind of relation between Mama and Banesh. They were going on quite well. And then Radai suddenly saw that at night this Mama disappears into the forest. What is he up to? So one night he decided to follow him. But he's a bit frightened of going in the deep forest. Because why? It was built on a place cemetery. Cemetery, so ghosts. They're worried about not animals, but ghosts, wandering around in the forest, going yuppie and having party. So this Radai was a bit nervous about following the Mama into the forest. But he said, "Let me do something, let me see." Now you can see the naive story. So this Radai looked around, he saw some stones. He picked up some stones, and when he saw Mama disappearing into the bushes, he picked up the stones and threw in that direction. So it'll make crash sound. He thought the Mama will come and run away saying, "Ah, ghost, and I'll come back." He was trying to frighten his Mama to come back, so he could leave the forest. And no Mama came back. So he said, "Let me go. I'll be adventurous. I'll go follow him." He went there and he saw this Ramakrishna sitting under a tree. You see, he was a Brahmin boy. He was wearing a janoi. He had taken the janoi away. He used to wear very simple, literally one piece of white cloth all his life. This one. He had discarded the piece of cloth, no cloth. So this is kind of no janoi, no cloth, just sitting, deep meditation under a tree. He said, this is unusual. And you sit in meditation, why do you throw your clothes off? This is a bit too much, too weird. And that this Radai was thinking, Mama is becoming possessed by some ghost or something, doing weird thing, throwing his janoi away. That is like discarding your religion. This is terrible. What is he up to? Doing weird things here. So Radai went, said, Mama, what are you doing? And Ramakrishna deep in meditation. But after some time, he came off to meditation. He said, Mama, what are you doing? And the reply we get is a prescription that fits all of us. He said, listen, my boy, if you wish to experience spirituality, you need not to discard. You know what I'm doing? I'm discarding the externals. Look, on his body, you will never find any ornament. No janoi, nothing. One piece of white cloth, and even that used to fall away from time to time. And we had to run, some of his disciples had to run and tie down tightly, because it's a matter of seeing. Let me tell you another story that kind of fits in this thing. When he became a little bit more famous later on, Devendranath Tagore wanted to talk to him, a very famous personality, Rabindranath Tagore's father, and they had a nice conversation about spirituality. And Ramakrishna was like, he went to visit Devendranath Tagore. This is the unique feature of this personality. He would go out and visit anybody he felt was kind of rattling with spirituality. He wanted to interact with them. They didn't come looking, he went looking for them. Very special. You won't get somebody like him. So he went to see Devendranath Tagore. They had a nice conversation. He was very saying, wow, this Devendranath is a lovely person, trying to be like King Janak, living in the worldly life and still being spiritual. Marvelous. He came away. While they were talking, Devendranath Tagore said, you are such a lovely person. Look, he's giving, credential to Ramakrishna. He said, you are such a lovely person. We've got a special function with all the dignitaries coming next week, and I would like to invite you. But please, wear better clothes. Cover the top and the bottom. There'll be ladies present. Don't come like that. This Ramakrishna, guileless chap, he didn't take it serious. He said, oh, well, I can't be a dandy like you, he said. I'll come like this. I can't just turn a dandy because you want me to turn a dandy. And Devendranath Tagore, don't worry, come. But look at the story. This is an unusual story. Next day, Devendranath Tagore wrote to Mathur Das, Mathur Babu, don't bring him, because I can't trust him, he's going to come like that. Now let me show you. You see, human beings look at the external and forget to look at the real stuff. Here is almost a God-man coming to his door, trying to come into his home. And for the sake of these externals, he sent him away. Whose bad luck? Just think about that. But let me continue with the story. He said, Mama, what are you doing? And Ramakrishna says something that touches me. In fact, that touched me. This is when I read the story of Sri Ramakrishna for the first time. From this little booklet, when I was 17-year-old too. When I came to that part, I shuddered. He said, my boy, if you want to drink from the fountain of spirituality, discard the externals. You know what the externals are? Bhaya, lajja, gruna. We are in, if you like, we can't, they are incorporated in our system. Suppose somebody does clap, you all go like that. Bhaya is inbuilt in us. Lajja, gruna, aversion, kind of shyness, bodiness, this body, if you like, this oneness with the body, it is embedded in our structure. We need to break free from the shackles, these shackles that limit us and do not allow us to get a deeper vision into reality. We must discard this if we wish to touch base with our spiritual being. That is why I am discarding all the externals. I have no lajja, no gruna, nothing. I am in search of God. And boy said, Mama, don't tell everybody, because this is unusual. Discarding the jano is considered to be sacrilegious. You're not supposed to discard your jano. This is terrible. But this Mama was unusual. The character was unusual.